here down in Westport, Kentucky, right? Right on the Ohio River, and I happened to run into these three women. And it just so happens today I got here and there's a little bit of conflict over these trees being taken down. You can talk about that if you want, you don't have to. And your name, ma'am?
Oh. Your name first?
You want to not say your name?
Let's not.
Okay.
Mine is Marcia Elder, Marcia Santos Elder.
Okay, and your name, ma'am?
I'm Patty Webb.
Okay, now how long have you guys lived around here?
I live not in Westport, but I'm from, I have been living here in the county 17 years.
17 years, okay.
A few decades.
I'm from Brazil.
Okay.
Yeah.
How'd you end up from Brazil here?
I met my husband online.
Online?
Online, yeah, one of the first experience 18 years ago.
Boy, there's a good story for dating online, huh?
I know.
Worked out, didn't it?
Did,
Good.
My
yeah.
husband's from here. That's how.
Your husband's from here, and how'd you meet him?
Boy, a long time ago, about 20, 30 years ago we met. We met when we were kids.
Oh, good.
Not kids, let's say teenagers.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
And you live where?
I live in the county.
In the county,
Yep.
okay. And you live in the county or not?
Yeah.
You do? And how about you?
I live here in Westport, live right over there, and I've been here for 20 years. My husband and I decided to get bikes and couldn't ride around the neighborhood without getting dizzy, so we came out here, and I kept saying, I have to live here. I
Okay.
have to live here.
Now,
I love the history, and what I'm fighting is the erosion, because there's so much erosion in our neighborhood because they clear cut all the trees.
oh, so you're
And
blaming
I
erosion on
also-
clear cutting. Gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah, if you look,
But here's the deal, and I'm not trying to start an argument. Like we talked, I know they're trying to build a park here, build a seawall, that kind of thing. You kind of explained why that maybe isn't the greatest idea in the world. I always thought that these rivers were controlled, the banks, by the Army Corps of Engineers.
Well, there is a flow that they control, but the river owns the banks.
Oh, they do?
Oh, the river takes everything when it floods.
Okay.
I mean, they will control the level the best they can, but it still floods. These houses down here, there's been water in the basement, so the water does come up.
Yeah, now on these like concrete beds, is that Army Corps of Engineer stuff or stuff the county did?
but
Yeah,
this,
riprap. The county did that
Hard to
maybe
walk on.
2016, 2017. There was an initial design in 2015 to upgrade the park, and it didn't pass through fiscal court. So the idea with carte blanche, wiping out the trees, is to start there with the plan. And our idea is, the citizens' idea is to have a plan, consider designing something around the trees that have value. Some of them don't, some of them are dead, but about 9 of them do. They're very old and majestic, and the scenery at nighttime, especially when they leaf out, is beautiful. So regarding your seawall idea, that came up before in court, and it didn't go anywhere because of the cost of just the seawall. So what we're trying to push for, some of us, is to have a plan for the whole park, incorporate the river's edge along with the rest of the park, which is just under 9 acres. The county has recently acquired different properties to enlarge it to 9 acres. It used to be around 5. So it's going to be amazing. But if we start designing this and just planting the river's edge, knocking out the trees carte blanche, and then saying now we need to build a river wall, we've tried to see how that would go, and the rest of the fiscal court didn't approve of how much that was going to cost. So by designing the whole park and allowing us to see this is what it's going to cost to design the whole park, then we can know how to move forward with this portion. And not one person has said, I want those trees out when you design the park. And it's mostly the boaters and the people that live in the area here that we are advocating for. So people want a better dock. You can see this one is underwater. There's actually a dock there.
Okay.
You can see that's underwater, and that's for boats with motors. We have a smaller ramp over there. We have a ramp here too. We have a smaller ramp over there on the other side of that tree.
Okay.
And that's for kayaks and canoes. So part of the plan that people would like to see, and we know know this because we just did a community survey where we mailed over 20,000 postcards and asked people to take an online survey to tell us what would you like to see in Westport Park. They want to see better bathrooms that are clean and not locked, and they want to see, and they want to see better docks, perhaps a floating dock. They want to see a larger ramp, and a ramp that's not cracked. If you go down there, you can see it's cracked and junky. They want to see trees. They want the design to incorporate these trees, at least 9 of the 13. And they want to see a better flow of traffic, because right now you have traffic coming in, traffic coming out. There's no regulation with traffic flow, and people park everywhere. And that's just how it is, but people would like to see an increase of a better traffic flow.
Okay.
So we arrived here, you arrived here, and when you came there were police,
Yeah.
there were some of us from the county, there was the tree company, there was the local paper, and then the citizens started to come.
Oh.
Because we just recently, Marcia started a petition, and it received, what is it, at 1,200 signatures? I mean, 1,200 signatures, you're not going to listen to that? You're not going to listen to what the people want that you represent?
Yeah.
So, as a representative myself, I felt like it was fair to stand for the citizens. This is not my district. However, I represent those in the county, and a lot of, Marcia's in my district. And so the people need to have a say, and elected officials need to listen.
Yeah.
And if we're not serving the people we were elected to serve, then what are we doing it for? And that's my position. Whether I agree with taking out the trees or not, doesn't matter. I have my own vision, and all elected officials have their vision, but they must represent accurately those that elected them, period.
Well, you'll never be president of the United States. You mentioned an environmental concern earlier about bats.
Okay.
And what is that?
So, at the end of this month, which is going to be Wednesday, that is when the permits all expire to be able to carte blanche, knock down all these trees. The reason is we have an endangered Indiana brown bat that will start to roost in these trees along the Ohio River here, starting April 1. So, what is it that they got? They had to get a permit. The permit expires on Wednesday. So now it's urgent because just a couple weeks ago this was flooded all the way to close to the playground up there.
Wow.
This was all underwater. Yeah, I've got video on my...
Is that normal? Does that happen much?
It happens
Yes.
a couple times.
Yes.
And
Once every couple years.
And who would have this knowledge of these bats and these permits? How'd you...
Yeah, the Army Corps of Engineers, the Kentucky Fish and Wildlife. We used a subcontractor, an environmental company. They come out and they look to see, is this bat habitat? Okay, yes it is. In fact, bat habitat. It is prime bat roosting habitat.
Oh, wow.
And then the endangered Indiana brown bat. We also checked for mussels in the water, and we also checked for buffalo clover, the plant. And so
Are those bad or good?
they're a part of nature. So it turns out this isn't necessarily what the concern is. Out of those three, the concern is the endangered Indiana brown bat will start roosting. And then what are you going to do? Just chop down the tree while you got bats in there? And in fact, as we all know, bats eat mosquitoes. So while there is a slight mosquito problem here, it could be much worse without any bats. We all know that.
Okay. Now, stupid question, but I tell people all the time I'm famous for asking them.
Okay.
Have you ever actually seen an Indiana brown bat? Have you seen one?
Well,
I don't think so.
Okay.
I have a bunch of bats.
But I trust the environmental.
Yeah, I got you. Well, that's why you got the study. That's exactly
Yeah,
right.
that is
so
why,
you don't
yeah.
come down here as dusk is occurring and say, oh, there's 10 Indiana brown bats hanging out.
The schoolhouse
all have
that
that.
was restored, we had to wait until the season was over before we could
Oh, yeah.
get them out of there.
did your due diligence for Mother Nature.
Hired an environmental.
Is that expensive, by the way?
How much did that cost? It was under $1,000.
Okay, good.
To
And
get
who
me.
had the savvy to make that decision to, hey?
We had to.
Well,
We
thank
had
you
to.
for doing that.
Yeah, no, we had to because the Army Corps required it in order to get permits. That was required, and so that was all just part of the permitting.
Yeah, one thing I'm curious about, and that is,
You want to interview?
you're down here and they have a contract to take these trees down.
Yes.
All of a sudden, the guy brings his piece of construction equipment, starts knocking out trees. So who's got the authority to determine whether or not they can go through with that or not?
The judge executive of the county, who's part of fiscal court.
Yeah, but that's the point. I asked, let me take this. I asked where is the order for it, and they didn't have. They said send me to talk to another magistrate, and he said you cannot do anything because we have to take the trees. I said, but this is a park, and there's no sign that those trees are gonna come down, so I can stay around. And yeah, they couldn't do anything because I stay around. We stay around, and she stay around.
Oh, so you really kept them from knocking them down?
Today. Now they have until
Good job.
March 31st.
Gotcha. How are you going to do it tomorrow?
We all dropped everything. I mean,
Yeah, I saw you down there. I wasn't sure who was who.
I just lost my I had a 3 p.m. appointment for my COVID shot
Oh,
at the
well, hey.
Walgreens, and I missed. So
she's got her priorities straight.
That's what I was going to say. They're lucky to have you.
I
Exactly
can't.
right.
I still have my mask to keep me alive, but the
Yeah.
poor trees gonna come down maybe one more day alive.
Oh, okay.
They just chopped half of a little piece of
Yes,
that
that-
sycamore. It's beautiful, that sycamore.
Oh yeah,
They're
beautiful
gonna-
trees. So you don't know what from now until March 31st is going to bring you. Just
No, we're just, and we've been on standby with this. So the determination was made, was it January 16th? 19th at a fiscal court
January
meeting,
19th.
and we've been, so this has been going on in the community since then. Well, it
Oh.
started before that, but really the community became aware
Yeah.
in January. So then we went through February, now we're at March. So this is, we're tired. I mean, this has been, it is exhausting. We've all relished these relationships, and it's been great. We know who we can call at the drop of a hat,
Yep.
and they will come and advocate for, the greater good of the world. In this case, these 13 trees.
were you surprised to see them actually doing this when you got down here?
No, we've all been like this.
Oh, gotcha. Keeping an eye out for it.
Yeah. I mean, look at the community. You should see everybody in these houses. Some of them, because it is a small town, are not comfortable standing up to say, elected official, fill in the blank, this is the wrong decision. But a lot of them are like, okay, this is the last straw. You need to know how I feel. And that petition is one of the indicating factors. I mean, 1,100, 1,200 signatures in a week?
Oh yeah. It's pretty
In a
nice.
week.
And what's the population of the county?
We're at 65,000. This newest census will probably get us over 70,000.
And how about this Westport itself?
This is small, so we are the only river access in the county. The next one is how many miles? 17 or so.
See, now you know how I ended up here when I went
I
to the
know,
map.
you were looking for a small park. I mean, this is a small community, and the people here love the trees.
I don't blame them. I love them too.
The 50 people signed from here. It's 250. So yeah, I think
Wow.
Well, when you went to go put your signature, it automatically put you in LaGrange. So I had to manually go in and change
Yes.
my zip code to
Oh.
reflect
Ooh, I didn't know
here.
that. Yes.
But it could be because I have my phone super private.
Oh.
So you
Yes.
for the trees too?
Keeping them.
All right.
Keeping them.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So if you were placing a bet somewhere online or in Las Vegas, the tree's going to be here a year from now or not? You don't think so?
I don't think so.
I
The
believe
judge pretty much has already said he doesn't care. They're coming down.
yes. I believe there is. I don't believe in hope because you have to plan. Why I can be here in front of and they don't pull me out, I'll stay.
I mean, as long as they're alive and standing,
Yeah.
they're alive and standing. So we can't just.
But they were gonna come anytime. And
You guys are going to go out swinging?
Oh yeah. I mean, don't underestimate us.
I don't.
Well,
Now, here's the thing I couldn't help but noticing. As I said, I got a GoPro. Sunsets over here. So as I walked over there, I mean, this is great that these trees are here, but it looks like on that lot over there, they didn't like the trees because there aren't any.
Yeah.
So were they able to just go through there and wipe them all out?
It's private property.
Private property.
That's Westport Village, private property.
But I didn't think private property mattered when you were protecting an endangered species.
it does, yeah.
It does.
It does, but there is laws, you know, and people want their freedom or liberty to do whatever they want, but I think should have laws for take down mature trees like
Yeah,
that.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Good.
They
Good.
clear cut that in the 80s. Or just maybe.
Oh, okay.
It was a forest.
I
Oh, it
see.
was a forest in the 80s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you look in the Google Earth, from that view, you turn in the camera and look, you can see the erosion in that area right there is big.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
big.
no, yeah, you're
It's
right.
big.
Yeah, it's noticeable. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
and when they show when they show what they were doing here to convince the other officials to
Yeah.
vote
Yeah.
to remove the
Yeah.
trees, they show right here and they show beautiful there. Say, look, that's why you want to see. But I came here in the winter and I took a picture there. But you can see that it's not this pretty. The trees give more, you know, the
I
trees
love-
give
I
it
love
personality
naked trees,
to the.
Yeah, right.
You know, give it
Yeah.
personality. And there is you don't have it. So, yeah, if it, you know, you go to the beach.
Can I share your community advocacy
Yeah.
Please
story?
stand on this side.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the sun is gonna be all.
Is that all right? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. And Marcia is a community advocate. She had an experience that she ended up regretting when she was younger. She felt like she might have had the opportunity to do more for the environment where she used to live and didn't. She was younger, a child really. And so now she's in a situation where she is an adult, she's bold, she's standing up for the environment. And she said, well, they are standing, I'm going to stand with them and I'm going to stand up for them and I'm going to gather the community. And she's a rock star.
All right. Yeah, evidently you'd run into a problem with sewers draining into your home country, and you wrote a letter.
Yes. When you don't have a plan and you can do whatever, so they'll take the trees, they'll throw the sewer on creeks, and that's why it happened all over the world. They will let the sewer go straight to the river, the creek. And I remember we walked to the school. There was a branch or a trunk of a tree. You have to walk, cross, you know, and the creek that was, when I was little kid was clean. When I was a little older, 5 years after, was just sewer. And it's upsetting. If you go to São Paulo, you see there's right now it's better, but in the 80s and 90s, 80% of the sewer of the big city was not treated.
Yeah.
It was just raw. You say raw sewer. And trees the same. In my street, I went to the nursery, municipal, the local. They donated trees. So I went there with a friend. I got some, and I asked all my neighbors if I could plant a tree in front of their house. They said, well, you can do whatever. So I was there with the hammer. I broke the concrete, and I planted trees. All the trees. That's the only neighborhood there was trees on the streets. You can see. I can send you you can check.
Yeah.
The trees stand, and a lot of people trying to break it. And one night, all the trees were broken half. So my mother and I, in the middle of the night, put the trees up and put like the sport bandage around the trees, and the trees stand until now. There's a ficus that's huge, like bigger than those. So yeah,
Somebody
that's
did
what
that
I
on
did.
purpose?
Yes. Yes. Hey, you know, just playing around.
You ever get back and visit the old home country?
I go every year.
Oh.
I just didn't go this year yet because the COVID. I was gonna have my shot,
Yeah.
and I have to stop and doing this. So,
Yeah, you'll be able to get it, what, next week probably?
The shot?
Yeah.
hoping she
I'm
can walk
gonna
in
try
later
to go
today.
if they let me do it. I gotta prove then that I was doing something for
I
the
know.
city. Oh well.
Tell them to the Greyhound. Check the Greyhound site. This is what I Greyhound. Tell me the name of your mascot's a Greyhound,
Yeah, it's a little
Yeah.
Italian greyhound.
Yeah.
not a large Greyhound. Tell the Walgreens people to check the YouTube.
Yeah, you check it.
Yeah, check the YouTube. Yeah. Well, I'm sure they'll let you back in. Yeah.
I have
I had
all
a
you
bad
guys here
experience
to
at a
prove
Walgreens
me.
today. I went to get some
Witness.
Claritin D, springs
oh, yeah.
a lot earlier down, and it kept rejecting it, because
Oh, it's
yeah. So
something, yeah.
I spent about an hour and then went over to Walmart. No problem. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you guys got any questions for me?
So where you come from? You said?
Michigan, about
Michigan.
200 miles north of Detroit. And you
that's
remember the name of the channel, so you can check it.
I wrote into my phone.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys talking to me.
Thank
Yes.
you, and I hope you enjoy.
I'm gonna
here.
upload this tonight, by the way.
I
Yeah.
hope you enjoy here and enjoy.
Yes,
the
enjoy your time.
time.
and-
I think I asked you already.
Oh,
but
there is a little knock the woods.
Oh, yeah,
store
Knock on
right
Wood.
there. You
Oh, that
stop there.
restaurant?
Yes.
Is that good?
So,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
it's so beautiful. There is a cute.
It's cute.
what time they
It's
open
cute.
till?
You stop there.
What time they open
I
till?
don't know.
All right.
Knock,
So I
she'll
got
let you
time?
in.
Yes,
Okay.
I think you
Yeah, I
do.
think so.
All right. Now I think I asked you at the beginning, but maybe not. So I did tell you that I had a YouTube channel,
Yeah.
and I do upload these to YouTube, and I just want
You
to
want
make
us
sure
to
you're
give you
okay
a
with
shout
it.
out?
I don't.
No, I just want to make sure you're okay with it. You know, that's what I'm gonna do. Is that
Okay.
right? All right.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
just hope that my
You do.
car.
Shout out